Please figure your hand out. Repeat after me. Tell about the rising. How noted and one know. Tell about the fallen. How noted and one know. Report all thinking, blinking, planning. How noted and one know. Report all feelings. How noted and one know. Report all dhammas that arise. How noted and one know. Object noting what is known. These 3 points are key. Include these 3 precisely, clearly. For each object seen. Don't add flat. Just see the first short and to the point. Be free, no etc. Just the essence. In reporting, use time carefully. Let us recite all together. Tell about the rising. How noted and one know. Tell about the fallen. How noted and one know. Report all thinking, planning. How noted and one know. Report all feelings. How noted and one know. Report all dhammas that arise. How noted and one know. Object noting what is known. These 3 points are key. Include these 3 precisely, clearly. For each object seen. Don't add flat. Just say the first short and to the point. Be brief, no etc. Just the essence. When reporting, use time carefully. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I have explained the 3 characteristics of the 5 aggregates. It is time to return to the Silawanta Sutta, or virtuous as it is called in English. Whenever Sariputta was answering questions put to him by Varnabhema Kotikat, and had just said that a virtuous and instructed bhikkhu should attend carefully to the 5 aggregates subject to clinging as impermanent, as suffering, as disease. The list continues with 8 other aspects. So altogether, there are 11 aspects of the 5 aggregates. Among them, we have examined impermanence, suffering, and having no essence or core. The next aspect to consider is disintegration. A bhikkhu should attend to the 5 aggregates as disintegrating or dissolving. There are two kinds of disintegration: moment to moment disintegrating and disintegration at the end of a life. We should see the 5 aggregates of clinging as disintegrating moment by moment. Seeing this moment by moment disappearance, we can understand the last disintegration of what we call life. Disintegrating at the end of life and disintegrating during life at every moment are actually the same. A bhikkhu should see the 5 aggregates of clinging as disintegrating, and when he sees the impermanent nature of the aggregates, he sees both the arising and the disintegrating. Since he sees the disintegrating, he is able to see the impermanent nature or the characteristic of impermanence as non-existence after having been. The next aspect is emptiness. A bhikkhu should see the 5 aggregates of clinging as empty. Here, emptiness does not mean nothingness. Nothingness in Theravada. It means empty of other, empty of an abiding self or essence. So it means seen as another, seen as non-self. When he observes the 5 aggregates, he sees only the 5 aggregates and nothing more that he can call a self or soul. At every moment of nothing, the bhikkhu understands that there is the object that is noted and the mind that knows. These do go as pairs at every moment, and there is nothing else but the object that is noted and the mind that knows. So the bhikkhu does not see anything that he can call a self or a soul. And in seeing this way, he is seeing rightly. Sila wada udo kotika bhikkhuna Pinchu bada nekanda nature do roka do nature do dukha do roga do ganda do sanla do agado avada do prado ploga do sunya do anada do yoniso manasi katapa in original Pali words. Whenever Sariputta describes the 5 aggregates subject to clinging as impermanent, suffering, a disease, a tumor, a dart, a misery, affliction, alien, disintegrating, empty, and non-self. Non-self. This list of 11 aspects can be accepted as an authentic teaching, as it is found in various other suttas taught by the Buddha himself. These 11 aspects can be condensed to only 3. How so? Impermanence and disintegration actually mean the same thing. A nature, suffering, disease, a tumor, a dart, misery, and affliction are all aspects of dukkha. Are all aspects of dukkha. An alien, empty, and non-self are attributes of another. So, here again, you meet the 3 characteristics. Why the above understanding is important. It is enough just to see the 5 aggregates of clinging as impermanent, suffering, and non-self. But if you think that they are too pure, and you want to know more, you can go to the Vishuddhimagga wish. In describing Vipassana knowledge, list 40 ways of observing the aggregates of clinging, or mind and matter. What can we expect from seeing the aggregates of clinging as impermanent, suffering, and non-self? According to Barnabas Sariputta, when a virtuous and instructed bhikkhu carefully attends thus to these 5 aggregates subject to clinging, it is possible that he may realize the fruit of a stream entry. This means that when a bhikkhu sees the 5 aggregates as impermanent and so on, it is possible that he will become a Sotapanna. In order to become a Sotapanna, what do you have to do? You have to observe the 5 aggregates of clinging as impermanent, as a suffering, and as normal self. It is very important that when you are practicing Vipassana meditation, you see these 3 characteristics of the 5 aggregates of clinging that comprise mind, matter, and all conditioned phenomena. All conditioned phenomena. When the characteristics are seen, you will begin to experience dispassion towards the 5 aggregates. Seeing impermanence, suffering, and non-self means that you see the arising and disappearing of the 5 aggregates. When you see the arising and disappearing, especially the disappearing, you will come to realize that the 5 aggregates disappearing every moment are fearsome or dangerous. Fearsome or dangerous. Since they are disintegrating or disappearing every moment, what if they should stop? What if they should stop arising and disappearing? That means death. Death can come to us at any moment, which is a frightening thing about the 5 aggregates. So, when we see that the aggregates are dangerous, we find fault with them. But in finding fault in them, we become dispassionate towards things. We are no longer attached to them. We no longer want them. We no longer want them. We no longer want to possess them. So we turn away from them. This dispassionate attitude towards the 5 aggregates is very important. It's very important. And it's called a strong vipassana. Before that happens, vipassana is called yan or tantra vipassana at the stage of seeing the aggregates rising and falling, and seeing that they are fearsome. The meditator has not yet developed strong vipassana. Only when the stage of dispassion or disenchantment towards the 5 aggregates is reached, as it called strong vipassana. Strong vipassana will lead a yogi to the attainment of enlightenment, to the attainment of strength entry. This is because when one becomes disenchanted with the 5 aggregates, one wants to get rid of them, to throw them away. So the yogi gives more time and perseverance to the practice, and in time we see the 5 aggregates of clinging as empty. But it is only when he sees the 5 aggregates as impermanent, suffering, and non-self, that the important stage of dispensation towards the aggregates can be reached. The phase of becoming dispassionate through seeing the three characteristics is vividly explained in an allegory about a man who tries to catch a fish. It can be found in detail in the 21st chapter of the Vishuddhimagga. Wanting to catch a fish, the man casts a net into the water. After some time, he thinks there is a fish in the net. So he plunges his hand into the water and takes the whole of his catch. But when he lifts it up, he sees three identifying marks on the object and realizes that he is holding not a fish, but a poisonous snake. Poisonous snake. At such a moment, how will you feel? How will you feel? First, you would fear. First, you would feel fear because it is not a fish, but a poisonous snake that can kill with one bite. So the man is afraid and sees danger in it. When he sees the danger, he becomes dispassionate and no longer wants what he has caught. He wants to turn away from it, to get free from it, to throw it away and be delivered from it. But first he wants to do something to prevent it from biting him. So he takes the snake, swings it around his head and maybe 2 or 3 times and 3 or 4 times and throws it away. In the same way, on becoming dispassionate towards the 5 aggregates, a yogi needs to watch and observe the 3 characteristics again and again in order not to fall back under the influence of the 5 aggregates. So to avoid being bitten by failure to see the 3 characteristics, he dwells on them more frequently. Then a time will come when his mind rushes into the cessation of all conditioned phenomena. All conditioned phenomena. That rushing into what is unconditioned phenomena is what is meant by attaining enlightenment or taking Nibbana as object. The preceding fish snake allegory is very pertinent. Until you see danger, you will not want to get away from something. Only when you see danger or something false, do you want to escape from it. That is why. If you want to quit smoking, you have to see the real danger in smoking. If you want to quit drinking, you have to see the real danger in drinking until the danger is seen. You will not want to give it up. You will not want to give it up. This is a natural and logical sequence, not just somebody's theory. First, you need to see the object, and then you need to see that this object is nothing to be attached to, because now you have seen that it is false. It is false, impermanent, and so on. Only when you see its nature or, only when you see its untrue or transitory nature do you want to get away from something. This is why it is so important that we must first see the three characteristics in order to reach the stage of dispensation towards the five aggregates. The Venerable Sariputta said, if a virtuous bhikkhu see the five aggregates of clinging as impermanent and so on, there is the possibility that he may reach the stage of strength entry and become a Sotapanna. What is meant by strength entry? It is the English translation of the Pali word Sotapatti. Pali word Sotapatti, which is made up of two parts, Sota and Apatti. The word Sota does not really mean stream. It means the current in a river or the flow of the water. And apati means first reaching. So Sotapatti means first reaching the current. When anything gets into the current of a river, it is sure to reach the ocean. In the same way, when a person gets into the current or the noble path, he is sure to reach Nibbana. Once a person becomes a Sotapanna, there is no turning back. He will progress nearer and nearer to Nibbana. And within a maximum of the 7 lives, he will reach it, stream entry. Sotapatti means getting into the current for the first time. When does a person get into this stream on or current? He gets into it for the first time when his practice of vipassana has become mature. When his practice of vipassana has become complete, when he attains enlightenment for the first time, at the moment, what happens is the rising in his mind of a type of consciousness he never in his life has experienced before. And as this consciousness arises at the era of vipassana practice, it must be preceded by vipassana consciousness or vipassana thought moments. Vipassana consciousness or vipassana thought moments. When that consciousness, which is called path consciousness, Megachita, arises, it takes Nibbana as its object. That means it is plunges into the cessation of all suffering. So, in taking Nibbana as object, at the same time, it eradicates mental defilements. Mental defilements. There are four stages of enlightenment, and at each stage, a mental defilement is eradicated. When path consciousness arises, it is accompanied by mental fetters. There are said to be 36 mental fetters arising with that consciousness. Among them, 8 are most important. You may have guessed what they are. The 8 fetters or pet are right understanding or right view, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. The Buddha's Eightfold Path, Pali in Pali is Samadhi, Samasankappa, Samavacha, Samakamanda, Samaajiva, Samavayama, Samasati, and last one is Samadhi. Megacheta. Please repeat after me. Samadhi, Samasankappa, Samavacha, Samangamanda, Samaajiva, Samavayama, Samasati, Samasamadhi. Please all together. Samadhi, Samasankappa, Samavacha, Samakamanda, Samaajiva, Samma Vayama, Samma Sati, Samma Samadhi. There are the mental fetters that arise simultaneously with part consciousness. The first one, right understanding or right view, means a knowledge or wisdom. It is this understanding that actually eradicates the mental defilements. According to Theravada teaching, enlightenment means the arising of the path consciousness together with the mental fetters. That consciousness and the mental fetters take Nibbana as the object, and at the same time eradicate the mental defilements. This is what we call enlightenment. When one first reaches this current, he is called a Sotapanna in Pali. In English, this word is translated as a stream winner, as a stream winner. Second is a stream entry or stream entrant. 3 meanings. We may use any of these English translations as a stream winner, stream entry, or stream entrant. But for its meaning, we will understand it according to the Pali. When one reaches the stage of Sotapanna, he is no longer a worldling, a Putojana. Putojana means an ordinary person. Ordinary person. Having reached the stage of Sotapanna, he is said to eradicate some of the mental defilements. However, it really is right understanding that eradicates them, not the persons. So we will just say that some mental defilements are eradicated at the first moment of a Sotabati. That first moment of enlightenment eradicated means that they are completely uprooted and cannot arise in the mind again. So it is a total destruction of those particular mental defilements. Sotamana also eradicates 3 kinds of fetters. 3 kinds of fetters, which are 3 kinds of mental defilements. One is the Sakaya Deity, wrong view about the body of heaven itself. The second one is a doubt about the Buddha, about the Dhamma, about the Sanghas, and about the training. The third one is adherence to rites and rituals. Rites and rituals, these are the 3 fetters eradicated at the moment of Sotapati Mega. Sotapati Mega, Mecha Deity, Vichikesa, Silabara Pramasa, the three fetters are eradicated at the moment of the Sotapati Megha. Even before reaching enlightenment for the first time, when a yogi is practicing vipassana, he is able to abandon the wrong view about the body of having a self. His abandonment at the time, however, is momentary and incomplete. But at the moment of enlightenment, he completely eradicates the notion of existence of self, and it does not arise in his mind again. When he becomes a Sotapanna, he has unshakable faith. He has unshakable faith in the Buddha, in the Dhamma and the Sanghas. Since he has realized the Dhamma himself and has reached this stage through the teachings of the Buddha, he knows that the Buddha is a genuine teacher, having himself attained enlightenment and thought the way to reach it. So the Sotapanna has unshakable faith and confidence in the Buddha. He also has unshakable faith in the Dhamma, which here means the practice by which he has reached the stage of Sotapanna. And so he has complete faith that this practice will lead to the eradication of mental defilements and to the realization of the Nibbana. He also gains unshakable faith in the Sangha, the community of the Buddha's noble disciples who, following the Buddha's advice, practiced meditation and reached enlightenment. Okay, that's all for today. We have stopped our discourse for today. May you be able to note the 5 aggregates of grasping whenever they arise at the 6 sense draws. May you realize their impermanence, suffering, and not self-nature. May you make a swift progress in your insight and realize Nibbana, the end of all sufferings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.